so long ago, because we've been with Chris now since 2003. When we first was thinking about setting up our practice together, we decided that the best person to speak to was somebody who's like a business coach. And then I think we saw him speak, and then right, that's it.
Yeah. He's such a legend, didn't he? Just float down from heaven.
Probably, yeah.
Well, when we set up in 2003, well, we thought we knew how to do dentistry then, but we've evolved in so much, and we thought we knew we were doing what we were doing with dentistry then, but we had no idea of business. So we went to see him speak and just decided that we needed that guidance. We needed the guidance of someone who was going to develop our business, help us set the business up correctly, even down to zoning our diaries and putting in our holidays. We got a plan from him and we stuck to it. And we were nervous to stick to that plan at the beginning, terrified in fact, and thinking, this is crazy, we're never going to earn any money doing our diaries like this. But then we did it, and it paid off, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think the biggest thing is actually listening to what Chris really says, because he's a fountain of knowledge, and you really have to put your trust in him, and it works. And that's what I would absolutely say. Listen to what he says, put your trust in it, and do follow his advice. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. One of the things we found particularly during lockdown was his complete ability to put everything aside and focus on us and what was happening in our lives. And he then set up sort of daily sort of Zoom calls, as it were, and webinars where we could all sort of zoom into and see what was happening, hot off the press, if you like. He got in other clients, people like accountants, lawyers, and BDA spokespeople, CQC spokespeople. So he's got his finger on the pulse.
He got everybody together, didn't he?
Together.
Yeah, and was the only person that did it.
Yeah.
Just his knowledge really on everything, on everything to do with business, marketing, the planning of the business, the structure of how you would run your business. We would never, I can honestly say I don't think we would have progressed to where we are without his guidance and following his rules, would you say, at the beginning to the letter. We never would have developed the business as far as we have done without that.
And I also think that Chris would always say this, and I think it's so true with everything in life, with businesses, is it's all about working smarter, not harder. And I think when he advised us to put those dates in diaries with buffer dates and holidays, and we all need it. And in business particularly, you can work, 24/7 for, 52 weeks a year, but it's not going to be as good for you or even for your clients.
Yeah.
And so putting those times in and working smarter in the times you've got makes so much difference to us.
And we were like that at the beginning. We came from an environment where we were hamsters in the wheel, and the thought of slowing down and taking more time to work on your business, as he called it, was terrifying to us. But then we realised that unless you work on your business, you're never going to progress, and you're going to continually be that hamster in the wheel. So it's making that change.
And I think we all know, well, if you don't know Chris already, Chris is very much, he'll say to himself like Marmite. And so, he's very direct, very to the point. And if you bring him on board, he'll be like that with you, which is great.
Brutally honest.
Yeah, you need it. And he can be very brutally honest with some of your team members too, which in some ways is actually quite good, because you want your team to work together when you're working with them. And that can be quite hard when you've got to say something that's quite confrontational with them. But having that meeting with Chris when he comes and sort of talks to the team, when he says it, it's kind of like, it's coming from Chris, but it really helps us as well. So that's a great thing to have him on board with.